I'm back home, and first thing I wanted to look at is this unfortunate tragedy that happened with the plane and the oh, am I sitting on your toy? Okay, here you go. Hey, Mickey's, I'm feeling this pulling. I was sitting on his toy. This horrible crash that took place with the Black Hawk helicopter and the flight that was coming from Wichita. And unfortunately, there were 20 young athletes on the flight, figure skaters that had gone to a that were on that flight. There will be nobody recovered. I mean, the bodies recovered, but nobody made it out alive on that flight. Now, of course, Trumpenstein is out there blaming everybody. Buttigieg, it's Biden's fault, it's Buttigieg's fault, it's DEI's fault, because, well, how do you know that? There's been no investigation. Well, it's just because it makes sense, okay? Now, he fired the top of aviation safety, okay? Trump fired before this took place. So, it comes back on Trump yet again, and he's going to try to throw Biden under the bus, Buttigieg under the bus, everybody under the bus. It's all their fault. But he's the one that did this. So I pulled cards. These are my brand new Lenormand, very sweet deck. But what we have going into it, we have the gentleman. Now, unfortunately, in all these calls, the men are called gentlemen. But it has to do with Trumpenstein and his arguments, the whip that he's put out against diversity, against women diversity, etc. The things that he's doing with that, because the outside influences are the government and his madness, the things that he's done with the government of firing the people in there that needed to be in place, okay? So what's crossing the argument is my card again for Trump, okay? The star with his whip, the stuff he's putting out there, and the cross to bear now. So bottom line, he's responsible, because the foundation are conversations that we're having now in the community that at a crossroads, okay, at a crossroads, when it comes to the light being shed on these proclamations that he's made, these letters, and his friends that are putting these things out here. So this has to do with, again, some of his executive orders and these proclamations, things he's putting out there, all comes back on Trump. All of this comes back on Trump. And again, before anything is even seen, any investigation, before they know who was there, he blames it on diversity program. Immediately he said, oh, it's due to the diversity. Well, I just know it's just common sense. God, there is no low, this guy. No low that he will not stoop to. So again, I just see this coming back on him. There will be a victory. perhaps for the families, with the light being shed on it. Okay, doesn't mean it's a happy thing, but I think they're going to get some answers. Yeah, about his holding on to the money, his cheap. You know, this comes back to Musk and all of the other ones, cutting back on the programs, cutting back on the things. Yep, hand in hand. Light's going to be shed on it. And the abuse of power. Okay? This comes directly at their door. The abuse of power, cutting funds. The wheel is going to turn on this. There is going to be a fight that comes out because of this. Okay? And for those involved in this abuse of power, those that are putting out this, you know, this stance, what they're trying to do, who ultimately, again, was controlling that, and the message that they had put out, the things that they had done, the movements they had made, okay, the action they had taken, and the lid is coming off, okay? So they're going to look into this, and it's going to come back. This is going to come back on Trump and Musk, okay? The ones that cut this program, the one that got rid of the head of the safety for aviation safety. Yeah, okay. So apparently what took place was they had cleared the plane for landing. They cleared the plane for landing. He was on his way. They had a training flight when it comes to the Black Hawk helicopter. And for some reason, the Black Hawk helicopter turned off vital information that they needed to have to track them. They turned it off, which shouldn't have happened during that flight, during a training flight. No reason for it to be secret, for them to not be seen, okay? But for some reason, come on, Mr. Mickey. I know you want loves. Mr. Mickey need his loves. For some reason, they had turned it off. And so the tower did not see where they were located until it was too late to get them to take evasive action. So a lot still to come out about this, but the fact that Trumpenstein immediately blamed it on Biden, blamed it on Buttigieg, blamed it on the diversity programs, okay, everything other than the fact that he got rid of the safety, aviation safety, head of aviation safety, okay. So on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll see you online.